So similar, but not really to the mean, we have another measure of central tendency, which is the median. And all the median is going to give us is basically, it's going to show us the center of the data, but in a different way. We're not going to take the average, but rather we're going to see exactly which term falls in the middle of our entire data set. Okay, so the first thing we have to do to find the median is to order all of our data points into chronological order. Okay, starting with the smallest and moving up to the largest. So if we look at what we have here, let's order those. As I order them, you try to order them yourself. What I like to do when I'm ordering the median rather, is I like to cross off numbers as I use them so I can keep track of exactly what numbers I've already reordered so I can find the median. Okay? So, all we're trying to do now is find the middle number. Which number occurs in the middle of our data set? And this is an important tool to use because a lot of the times we have things called outliers. Okay, and outliers are data points that stand out. Okay, so if we were to have, for example, bags of candy, and in each of our bags of candy there was, on average, about 32 pieces. And we had some data set points that say were 31, 30, 32, 33. Those are all pretty similar pieces or numbers of pieces of candy within those bags. But if there was one bag that had 58 pieces, and this was our data set, this would be an outlier because it's way more than what the average number of pieces of candy in each bag are. So if we were to take the mean, our mean would be skewed. And skewed, what that means is it wouldn't really make sense because we would be accounting for this large number here, which instead of having an average of about 32, that average would increase because we're incorporating a larger number, which is 58. Okay? But just, let's not worry about that now, but just kind of some context for why we use the median and we use the mean. So, we're going to find the centralmost number to find, again, our measure of central tendency here. So, I'm just going to start by crossing numbers out. So that number's crossed out, that number's crossed out, because those are on the ends of my piece. I'm going to cross out this number and this number, because those are still on the ends. Cross out that number, cross out that number. And the median of this data set is 15. Okay? Now, the nice thing about this is that we won't have outliers, because if we had, say, a 27 out here and then a 9,000, our central tendency wouldn't be skewed, because we would be crossing out the 9,000 along with the 9 to see which number would have fit specifically in the middle. Okay? And that's all the median is. So we have to remember, 1, order numbers chronologically, and then 2, start canceling one number on each side at a time. Okay? But let's go through one more example just so we can make sure we're clear. Okay, so let's say we had 1, 2, 2, 5, 6, 7, and 7. So this is our data set. Okay? So we're going to do what we did. The numbers are already ordered for us, but now we're just going to cross them off like it says in step 2. So we're going to cross out a 7, I'm going to cross out a 1. Cross out another 7, I'm going to cross out a 2. I'll cross out a 2, I'm going to cross out a 6, and I'm left with 5. We know that our median is 5. One more example. So we have 5, 7, 5, 4, 3, 8, and 5. And let's put one more in there, 6. Okay, so what do we do first? We order up our numbers, so let's order them up. Okay, we start with lowest. We have 3, gone. 4, gone. How many 5s do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to write 3 5s. Okay. Next we have a 6, and then a 7, and then an 8. Now look at this. Do we have any outliers? What do you think? If you answered no, you're correct. Technically, there are no outliers within this data set. We have some numbers on the high end, we have some numbers on the low end, but about in the middle we're at 5, which is typically where we should be. So let's start crossing out numbers to see exactly what our median would be. 8, 8, 8 and 3, 7 and 4, 6 and 6. Uh-oh, we don't have a middle number between 5 and 5. When this is the case, all we do is then find the average or the mean of our two most middle numbers. So how do we do that? We'd go 5 plus 5, and we divide by the total number of data points. We have 1, 2, 5 plus 5 is 10 over 2, and we end up with 5. Now, it's not always going to be the same number, because this could have been 7 and 5 or 6 and 5, and we would have had a decimal here. But just another thing to look for when you're getting to median, if you do not have a middlemost number and you actually have to do some averaging before you get the answer to your problem. Thanks for watching. Be sure you like if you understood and comment if you did it. And I will see you, or rather, you will listen to me next time. See ya.